Alright, in this video we want to graph this parabola. So the first thing that we're going to do before graphing is just call out all the different parts of the graph, like the focus, Directrix, the vertex, all that stuff. So let's call out our A, H, and K values first to do that. Our A value is going to be right here in front, and that's 1/2. Our H value is what's being subtracted from X. So positive 3 is being subtracted from X. And then our K is going to be -5. That's on the outside over there. Okay, now let's find everything that we need to find for our graph. The first thing would be the vertex. So that's H comma K. And we know our H is 3. And then our K is -5. So that's that. Another thing we could do is our focus, and that point is going to be H comma K plus 1/4 times A. So that's a lot. Let's plug all this in. H is 3 comma our K is -5 plus 1 divided by 4 times our A, which is 1/2. I'm just going to write in 0.5 just so it's a little bit easier to fit in there. And now we can simplify that. 3 comma, we could rewrite our -5, and then plus 1/4 times 0.5. Well, 4 times 0.5, that's going to be 2. And then on top we still have a 1. And now we could do this in decimal form. That's okay. We'll have 3 comma, and in decimal form, if we have -5 and we add 1/2 to it, we're going to be left with -4.5. And that's our focus point. So let's keep moving on. Another thing we could do is our axis of symmetry. So I'm going to do that in blue. AOS for axis of symmetry. And that is going to be X equals H. That's a little bit easier. So we've got X equals our H, which is 3. Let's see, what else do we need? Our Directrix. So our Directrix is going to be, let's do that in orange. Directrix. Okay, so we're going to call that Y equals, it's going to be K minus 1/4 times A. Alright, we need some more room here. So we've got Y equals, our K was -5 minus 1/4 times, and then our A was 0.5, so don't forget that. We've got Y equals -5 minus 1/4 times 1/2 is 2. Okay, and now finally -5 minus 1/2, that's going to be -5.5, and that's going to be our Directrix. Okay, now I'm going to quickly move everything together just so we have all our information on one page. Okay, now here's everything organized on one screen, and we're going to take all this stuff and graph it right here on this graph. And I'm looking at the 4th quadrant because that's where everything's going to happen. So back to this screen. We're going to start off by taking our vertex, which is 3 comma -5. I'm going to take that and I'm going to plot this on the graph. So we're going to go over 1, 2, 3, and then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and our vertex is going to be put roughly right there. Okay, now what else do we need? I'm going to go back to this screen. Our focus is the point just inside the parabola, so that's going to be 3 comma -4.5. So we do over 3 and then down -4.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's going to be about 4.5. So that's going to be roughly, and now I'm estimating, and I'm going to put this in. Our focus is 3 comma negative 4.5, and then our vertex was 3 comma negative 5. Let's go back to other screen, add some more stuff. Our axis of symmetry is x equals 3, so I could do axis of symmetry AOS, that's going to be x equals 3. And then finally, let me go back one more time, and our directrix is y equals negative 5.5. So I'm going to go back here. Let's see, I'll make this in orange. D for directrix would be y equals negative 5.5. So let's go ahead and continue graphing all this. I've got my axis of symmetry that I want to bring a dotted line straight through everything here. Okay. I also want to do my directrix, which is going to be in orange, and that goes through y when it's negative 5.5. So we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5.5. So it's going to go right through about right there. And this is a little bit harder to draw, but there we go. Hopefully you get the idea there. Okay, and now we want to fill in our parabola, so I will do that in purple. Alright, now our vertex is in red, and our focus point is in green, and the focus point is always inside the vertex. So that means I'm going to move the graph up and out this way, and I'm just doing a rough sketch there. That means I'm going to go over this way and up. Again, this is just a rough sketch, but generally, if I wanted to see how accurate this is, I would take my distance from my directrix down here and draw a line going straight up to my parabola. Okay, put a point there. That line right here should be the same distance from my focus point off to the parabola, and it's basically the same. So if I did another one coming down and then another one going back out, those two lines, this one and this one, should be about or they should be equivalent to each other, and that's what makes the parabola graph accurate.